When we listen to our native brethren from anywhere around the earth, they are always very specific about how important ancestors are. And it just makes sense because that solidifies us to a place where our ancestors lived and taught each other and brought the wisdom of the earth and of how to be people down to the present generation. Those of us, however, who have been transplanted someplace, as in the majority of the population of the United States, right, don't have that. We really can't find an ancestor that was awake and in touch with the earth enough to bring that to us. And even if we are able to trace our lineage back, it's going to end up in a totally different country someplace. So it doesn't connect us to here, to wherever you are. So what do we do? Now, what's beautiful about understanding Enlightenment teachings, non-dual teachings, all the teachings from the East, what's beautiful about that is that this shows us how to open ourselves up to the reality of our nature without having to be tied to the earth. We're just in our own self. But I think it's critical to then tie us to the earth where we are. So we can use really what we've learned through science over the past several decades to lead us to this place where we can belong on the earth again. So yes, I don't have immediate ancestors here in this place where I live. I mean, I have, parents and grandparents, but you trace them back and it's not very far until they were on a boat coming over from Ireland, for me. And my particular ancestors, some of them were good people for the most part, but they were living in a very specific delusion that was taught to them, by the historic religions of the places that they came from. They didn't really know who they were. And then when they pulled themselves away from their homelands, they're here in this new country and became even more confused, we could say. Still were able to remain fairly good people. Some people it really, really destroyed, and I'm sure there's people watching this video who come from just terrible families. So what do? Here we are. We're in this situation that we're in. We want to wake up to our true nature. And hopefully, if you've been watching my videos or even read my book, you will see that coming into your true nature through the earth, through understanding who you are, through the wisdom that we know from native cultures is, I want to say, easier. It's easier and it's also more useful. Once you get to a place of awakening, now you have real tools to be able to help other people step into the same place. Well, what we have to do is put ourselves into the huge timeline that science has now given us. For me, not just my parents and my grandparents, and then not even their parents and their parents and their parents. I mean, it goes a long way back until we find a place where my ancestors were living naturally on the land. But now with all of our, information from DNA and science and just the geology that we know, it's possible to bring ourselves way, way back. And this has a sense then of grounding us down into the earth, where we can be a full human being. So you can ground yourself first and then realize, oh, okay, I exist. Not only am I this mental thing that's trying to get enlightened, but I am this incredible collection of DNA and cells and living life that is right here, right now, in this place. And this helps dissolve lots of the misconceptions that we otherwise have to pick through with like tweezers trying to become enlightened, non-dual teachings are it's not this, it's not that, I'm not this, I'm not that. I mean, that can be an excruciating process of undoing yourself. And it also has the very real danger of turning a person disconnected from life at all. Instead of thinking, my thoughts don't exist, we start thinking, I don't exist at all. I'm nothing. All you people who think you're something are dumber than me because I'm smart. I know I'm nothing. Whoa. I mean, read some of the stuff that comes through in non-duality, right? Crazy. So let's ground ourselves into who we are. Every single one of us comes from this vast pool of awakened ancestors. We have that within us. That is your nature. That is your birthright to wake up again to who you are. So we can use the knowledge of our awakened ancestors as a grounding tool. And now we're firmly in the land. We're on this earth where we belong. And you can kind of start seeing English, the thoughts that go in your head. That's a new thing, a very new thing that has happened to people. Our languages used to be very, very simpler, easier. So you can kind of let it start going. What are your ancient ancestors saying to you? They're still there inside you, as much as a recent ancestor would be. So ground yourself in that. And now you are not two. You are only that. You are only you. The awakened now person living here.